Hello there. Well, kind of a project today. It's 60 degrees. I just looked at the thermometer. Beautiful. Taking the gas out of the snowblower. I do that like April 1st, April 2nd. I don't even know what today. Today's the 3rd?
Today's the 4th.
4th, okay. All right. Draining the gas out of the snowblower. We won't be needing that. And come over here to the other side. Okay. It takes forever to get it out of the carburetor. It's got to drain through the needle valve and seat. And looking in here, tank is almost full. So I'm taking it out of here and I'm dumping it in a clean can here. There's no coffee in here. I cleaned it all out. But it takes forever. You can see it down there running out of the plug of the carburetor. Unlike the old snowblower that we had years ago, that I bought, I don't know, in 1996 or whatever, where you can disconnect the gas hose and drain it right into a gas can. This one, the tank is all fastened to the engine in such a way that you cannot get it off, at least wise, it's not easy to get off. So there's no easy way to get the gas out of this. I have a turkey baster that takes forever to do. What I need, I have a siphon, they don't work. They don't work right. In order to use a siphon, this whole snowblower would have to be up on my workbench over there, and the bucket that you're going to receive the gas in would have to be on the ground. You can't siphon it at this angle, it just don't work. Believe me, I've tried it. So a battery operated electric gas pump is what you need. In other words, an electric fuel pump. But I'm not going to invest in stuff like that I can't afford right now. But anyways, so what we have to do here is we have to put the plug back in. This is a total pain in the backside. Of course, I'm getting my hands in the gas, naturally. Trying to get it started. I have a gas can and I tried to use a funnel, but I couldn't do it. The funnel wasn't long enough. So, hey, I'm used to getting gas on my hands. No big deal. Wash my hands thoroughly when I'm done all for the day. I got the gas cap off, as you can see, so
Takes a long time to drain.
yeah, well, it's draining to the needle valve and seat, and that takes forever. I don't know of any other way to do it, even if I took the bowl off, which is buried up underneath here. So if I took that off by that center bolt in there, I would not be able to line it up and get in there because I need to see what I'm doing. So I won't attempt it. And I looked it over, and you can't really take the gas tank off without a major job. You got bolts on this side, you got bolts on this side, and you've got some bolts on the back. And it's probably a blind hose. It's one of these things where you're not going to be able to connect up the hose because it's probably very short that connects to the carburetor. So this is the only way you can drain these things, or get an electric fuel pump. While that's draining, let me see. Turkey baster.
What's that used for?
Basting a turkey, in other words, putting the gravy on a turkey when you're roasting it. But I use it for gas, but it takes forever. And you see how it goes all over the place? It's a messy.
Look at all that gas in there, folks.
Yeah, well. You've been getting your exercises with the basketball over here because They closed the nets down and everything. And the trail, what little trail there is, that's all closed off.
That's a nice little trail too.
Yeah. Well, the way things are going, I think we're going to be the entire year. I don't think we will be able to get out before 2021. And that's my feeling. It's not something I can say you can take that to the bank, and not necessarily, but well, I guess this is. I'm never going to get it all out. There's always gas in the bottom. All right, I can't get any more out. So, and she stopped draining. Okay, so the turkey baster did help. All right, now I'm going to set the turkey baster here and let it air out, so we don't have any unnecessary gas fumes in the shed. We just let it sit there.
Beautiful day out today, huh?
Yeah, my kind of weather.
Good day for yard sales, but there isn't any.
There ain't going to be any yard sales in 2020. There won't be any more yard sales in 2020. Now, just back in. All right, we got a coffee can half full of gas. All my gas cans are full in the shed, and they have stable 360 in them. So we're going to put this over here for now. And we're going to try to start it, see if I can run whatever gas is in there. Last year was the same way. There was always a little in the tank. You're never going to get it in. There's always going to be a little in the carburetor bowl. You're not going to get it in. In other words, get it out, I should say. Sounds like it's empty anyways. But that's the idea. We don't want it to run. Let's see. Choke down. Okay, it's out of gas. It's definitely out of gas. When I shut this off, after the motor's off, I put the choke on and put the throttle on, because I can't tell, looking at this, it's not like the old one. I have to get my face down there and see, what is this on choke or on run? You know, I have to get my face right in, so I know that when I go to start it next winter, it's already on run and it's already on choke. All I can do is prime it. So, let's just make sure. Okay. It's definitely out of gas.
It's not going to run without gas in it.
No, we don't want gas in it. There goes my napkin. It's full of gas. We don't want gas in it. No, even though I got stable in it. All right, now. Here comes the part I hate. I got to start taking everything out of here, because I got to get the mower out and put the snowblower in the back. By that time, this thing will be aired out.
Yep. Should be.
That's all. So, we got an empty container here. We're going to put this stuff over here. We'll let this air out too. So,
Almost 9 minutes here. We're using the Canon SD 1400. Cardboard.
peeling cardboard for working on in muddy areas.
I wish it was like this all year round, folks. Nice and warm
Yeah.
like this, you know?
A lot of stuff in here that I have to play musical stuff to get the lawnmower out to the front and the snowblower out to the back. And in the wintertime, we get the snowblower out to the front and we get the lawnmower out to the back. So there's a lot of stuff here that I have to shuffle around. I don't know why I bought this. I only paid $2 for it, but our grass don't grow anyways. I put 2 40-pound bags of lime that did nothing. I have a brown thumb. I can't grow anything anyway. So it got too expensive to try to take care of the lawn, so I gave up on it. All that's got to go back in. Knee is shot. Going down the ramp there.
You're getting old.
Ready to kick the bucket any time. Wonder if this still has a charge in it. Yep, we'll be using this pretty soon. Oh! Alright, there's the mower right there. Standing up. The only thing is I don't drain the oil, so the oil gets into the cylinder, but that's alright. I take the plug out and crank it over a few times. This is the Mower vibrating mower that I keep hitting rocks with and knocking the blade out of balance. So this is the way I have to store stuff here. Coming out. Back out. Now you see there's oil here. So I usually have to add a little oil and everything. Naturally, there's no gas in it. That gas has been taken out last fall. So now we got to get the snowblower up there, and because it's out of gas, I got to push it up. And of course, there's one tire that's always flat on it. This one's good. I gave up pumping them up. Yeah, I gave up pumping them up.
They don't hold air?
They run okay anyways. I don't even worry about them.
Doesn't hold air, huh?
Don't hold air. It's the same way with the rider mower. The back ones are good because I put tubes in them. I had tubes put in them. Let's see. Alright. You probably noticed that white piece of 2x3 that's laying on the floor that's nailed down. That keeps the mower up in the air so it doesn't slide down when I tip it up. If I can get this. Good thing I got the wheels on the front here. I had comments about this last year. Show me down here. How? To why I put it on the outside. Well, obviously, you don't need to get that close. You can't mount them inside. You're going to hit this. You know, they have to be on the outside. So that's just the way they are. It works for me. There's a little resistance when you go into a a big snowdrift, but not that bad. So you can't put them on the inside. Believe me, you're going to smash, the auger's going to smash into them. So a lot of times I'll see comments, but I get so busy I don't have the time to answer. But that was a comment when I first put these wheels on here. It makes it hard to get it in here with those wheels sticking out, and it looks like my pry bar is in the way, but I can go over it, and we're all the way up. We're all the way against the shovel. And there's my pry bar down here, my big, huge pry bar I bought at a yard sale about 10 years ago. Whew. All right. Now we start putting the stuff back in. You can see why I put this here. I'm always banging my head. Always. Okay. The rakes, we want towards the front. That leaf blower, which is a SOB to start, got to be out front. This is a box of gloves and stuff from the pickup truck when I had it. And some work shoes. Mainly when I get up on the roof and do tarring and stuff. Oh. I can still reach this from where I'm going to put it now. Right. Not all that bad to get at. Those buckets can go in that corner there. Yeah, old work clothes, work pants, work shirts, and gloves. The mower will be right here. The real aggressive broom. I use for getting the, does good on gravel and stuff. Put that way in the back. I'll probably have to use it on the roof to get the bleach and the Dawn dishwashing liquid solution made up to get the rest of that fungus off the roof. One I will use to sweep the platform off out there, and also use it for cleaning the top of the big van snow, but It won't be used anymore until next winter for that. The rakes always want to get, this is cleaning the siding of the house. Of course it doesn't do much because you're going like this. With the cleaner, the CP cleaner by Carm Source. This is this strong cleaner that I used on that Bakelite radio, and it made the finish dull. That up there where I can get at it. Oh, you're running 10 minutes yet?
5.
Okay, your camera shuts off at 10-minute mark.
Yeah. That's the max recording it does. It says in the book, so.
All right.
Why, I don't know, but that's just the way it is, I guess.
Yeah, well, every camera's different.
But it does pretty good on videos, though. 720p HD.
This here. I had to fix it last year because when I'm raking like this, it does a good job of raking. But when I get a big pile of leaves, I take and I push it like this. And of course it snapped it right across here. So I put Gorilla Tape on it and metal, and I can't push leaves like that anymore. Because it's very hard to rake a big pile of leaves. By the way, I found my hillbilly leaf plow. Let me show you. Okay, this is stuff when we had Sammy, the cat, stuff and everything. It was in here. It was sitting in here, and even though this don't leak, it had that much water in it. So the hillbilly leaf plow is in there now. I thought somebody had taken it, and I couldn't see how anybody could possibly take the damn thing. I remember mentioning it on video. And I found it I just said, I'm going to look in here, and I was just seeing what was in here, and there it is, sitting in there. So it was sitting in water, like I say. It didn't damage it when I was working on this. This is loaded with mothballs. I look at this thing daily all around. There's no holes in the tarpaulin. And I check all the time. On the sides, over here, there's nothing getting in there. All right, so we're going to put this in here. We're organizing pretty good. It's a pain in the backside. Now, I had thought of, I can't do it now, of course, because of the tractor shed, and it would be a lot of work, but I had thought of having another exit at that end with a ramp to get the snowblower out that way, or the lawnmower out this way, one way or the other, so I wouldn't have to play musical shed. But it's not practical. It's not practical. It makes the shed unnecessarily large doing all that stuff with an extra ramp and everything. This ramp can be removed. It's just laying here with 4 stainless steel bolts in 3/8-inch holes that I drilled. It just drops down on here. My wife gave me this because it gets rusty. It's a heavy duty, it must be an old one, pan, so I kept put it out in the shed, because even though it was cleaned and everything, just sitting on the counter, it got rusty very quickly. So we use it in the shed for things. It's a very handy. It's not one of these Chinese junk. It probably was coated at one time. So I use it. I haven't yet. I will. Alright, we're looking good. So we're going to finish up on here off camera. We got a few more items to put in. We got to wait, put this cardboard. I saved this cardboard to kneel down on, because as you can see in videos past, things are muddy around here. And I need that cardboard. Well, let me get this. Alright, I think we're going to finish up off camera. I want to get that gas. Let's go put the gas in here. Oh, this is going to be fun. I better get a funnel. It's got a lip on it. You know what's going to happen? It's going to go all over. Hang on, I'll be right back. I think we'll just make it. Not too bad. There's a couple of things in the bottom here that I will not let go in here. It's staying at the bottom. And with the lip, it's not going to run in here anyways. If you look in there, you can see there's still little coffee grounds in there. And that's it. We're not going to try to push it. See? That's all. It's pretty clean. A lot of times I'll run this through a coffee filter, but I didn't think it was necessary this time. Alright. So, we'll let this air out over here. Let this air out. We'll put this back.
This will be an interesting video, folks.
Oh, I don't know if it's going to be interesting. I really don't know about that. I don't know about that. We'll leave this under there. I don't want this blown away here. We got to let this air out too. So that's what we'll do with that. All right. The mower over here. Got to take the plug out when the time comes, and get the oil, clean the plug. What I usually do is I have my little butane torch, small one, and I hold the plug in the butane on the pliers, and I shoot the butane torch into the ceramic where the spark gap is, and burn out the oil that way, and then put the plug back in after I crank over the engine and make sure that the oil is not hydrolocked. So just letting it set like this, when certainly not going to be cutting any grass, and I've only used that rider mower twice, so probably really shouldn't have bought it, but it's done now.
It runs good though. You fixed it.
I was killing myself trying to get this thing through the mud, because there's very little grass over there. So what we've got here is oil. I mean, this is how I do it. You got to stand it on end. Now, one year I drained out the oil and put a note on it, no oil in motor, so that way I wouldn't start it. But I didn't do it this year. And as this sits, it'll very, very slowly drain. Not a lot, but it will drain through back to the crankcase. And when the time comes to start it, after I clean the plug, it will smoke a little bit, but it'll be fine. Last year I had trouble with it dying out on me, and the cap is loose. It's vented, but I even loosened the cap, and it kept dying out when I'm mowing, and I had to keep on playing with the primer bulb and while it was running, and then it smoothed out. So carburetor things I don't bother with. But I got this thing, I think, in 1990. Tommy was 3 years old when I bought that.
Yep.
That's all you were, 3 years old, Tom. Folks, still smell the gas, but I'm gonna finish up putting the stuff back in. I got some more things to put in. I got the cardboard and a few other items. Snow shovel. Snow shovel's got to go in. This is, well, we still got a snow shovel on the back deck and one on the front deck. This is just an extra one. Yeah, but anyways, I'm gonna go putting this stuff back in, folks.
You got a
Thanks
funnel.
for watching. Oh yeah. Thanks for watching, folks. We'll see you all later on a YouTube video near you. I didn't use this. I couldn't get this to line up with the can because the tire's in the way. The way it is, it would have to be like that. Here's a carburetor. So I would have had to take the tire, the rim and the whole works off in order to get this up underneath there to drain into the can. All right. Thanks for watching. Like Doug would say, gotta go this way. We'll see ya.